There's flies in here.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's live SEO Q&A session, sponsored by the news guy, Mr. Randy. The link is below, who does his digital PR service, amongst other things. So do check him out. Randy Roday, the news guy. Got to make sure that people now know he is the news guy. He's rebranded, Chris, and we're trying to make that news guy shit stick. But we are here to answer your questions, folks. So make sure you put plenty of them in the chat. We will work our way through them as quickly as we possibly can. And there's no such thing as a stupid question. So put them in the chat. Ask anything at all. Deontay. Deontay is here. So anything, and we'll do our best to answer the question for you. And yeah, the more the merrier. Also, if you are just earwigging, as I know many of you do, just listening away in the background, let us know who you are, where you're from, as the engagement is always good. Even give us a little thumbs up on the video. But before the questions come, Chris, I've got a question for you.
Nice. Yeah. I know what you're going to ask. Yeah, you chip this her.
What's that in your forehead?
Well, little Chris and I purchased a here. I want to get a good peek on it, get the light just right. You can see there's a perfect circle here. So little Chris and I bought a basketball hoop. It's pretty cool, right? For in the house. But it's official though. It's like a little glass piece. But in any case, there's these super suckers on the back. They're like hard plastic ones. And him joking around because him and I, imagine a 6-year-old me, right? He licks it and pops it on my head. And I'm getting it off and it popped, but it left a hickey. Dude, that's 3 days. You should have saw it the first day. Oh, and then on top of this, I don't know how good the camera will pick it up, but I've also, speaking of, we went fishing the other day. Oh, I can't lift it up. Can you see that big bruise?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I fractured my ankle, busting moves on the scooter at the state park. We were going fishing. I had my backpack, the water, we were going down in a state park to go fishing. And generally we go left to go around, and then you can go right on this path, but we're on scooter. So I'm thinking we're going. Little C goes this way as I'm coming down the hill. And mind you, it's like drizzling rain. I'm coming down. I'm like, yo, where are you going? And I go to turn and it just slides right on my foot. That was fun. It's been eventful. It's been an eventful couple days. Suction cups, fractured fibias or whatever you want to call it, ankles.
Not good, this. Not good.
Going to Philippines. Little Chris wanted to come. I'm like, nah, not this time, bro. I don't know. You might want to miss this trip. Next time we go to London, anywhere else.
Yeah, anywhere else other than the Philippines. It's not good, little Chris, if you ever hear this. Not this one.
Not this one. You might want to sit out of this one, bro. Yeah. No dice.
But have you booked the flights?
We did book. I finally did. Yeah. I even submitted the topic. I talked to the I always mess up her name, but I talked to Kirk's wife, so
yeah.
Got the topic in, and but I had a word. I said, I'm looking down the list, and there has to be an arrangement up in the top left on the site. I noticed somebody there. It's like, if you want me to come, you got to move them down. So they said they'll fix that up. So if you go to the site and you're looking at speakers, the person in the top left is going to get moved down, and I'm actually moving up there.
I'm assuming it's me.
Yes.
I'll go to Kirk and say, Kirk, I move, you die.
No, that's okay.
But
2:30, what's that?
2:30 people are here, and no one's asked a question yet. So ask your questions, guys. They are getting slow and sluggish with their questions, Deontay, but they do pile in. What happens is they don't ask anything, and then they all ask stuff at one time. But if you guys are wondering what we're talking about in the Philippines, we are talking about a World of Search conference, which is happening, I think it's
September.
the 26th to the 29th, I think.
Sounds about
I'm,
right.
I'm getting there on the 25th and leaving on the 30th.
Boom.
I'm staying in Dubai for a week before it, just to chill, get acclimatized, get halfway over there. So that's my plan. I'm not interested in doing that full flight in the one trip, man. Fuck me. And you've got it worse than me, dude.
It's a big nap. It's going to be a big napper.
It is. Craig, are you buying views, subs for your channel? Because some of your videos have lots of views compared to very little comments. What is the benefit of this? So I have used YouTube promotions, which is like boosting your video. I don't see their value in buying comments. People don't comment on a video. Like 99% of people do not comment on a video. They watch what you've got to say, and that is it. They don't comment, they don't click on links in the description. So if you do understand how YouTube works, you'll see that comments against the views are few and far between, other than spammers and stuff, and we kind of block those guys. Deontay, we do digital marketing, we answer digital marketing questions. But if it's not your thing, then fair enough. But,
Digital marketing, SEO. Let me ask you something here on this. What's going on with the time zone? Today's a bad day. Today's a good day. I know that the kids went back to school in the UK. When you set this video up, did you pre-set up title, description, tags, or do you just live it?
No. Pre-set it up. Exact same way. Nothing has changed. So yeah, it's bizarre. That's going so slow. But Rank 1 PK does have a question. First one, can AI content hinder indexing?
I guess it could. I think it depends on like how big of rubbish is it? I think you can get it initially indexed no matter what. But will it stay indexed? How long will it stay indexed? Like, will it stay there for a day or two? Like, will it dump right out? I think you can initially get it indexed depending on how you're doing it. Will it stick around though is another question, right?
Yeah. I think that's the key part of it, is how long it sticks for using AI content. And I certainly through the testing and stuff, and it's not successful in my experience for over the longer term. Can you get it to stick for a month or two or three even? Yeah, but I seen an uptake for 6 months and then boom, it fell apart. So yes, it is not the best. Not there yet. I think you've got to do a lot with it and to get it working. I just saw that your channel is about business and marketing. Explain, Chris.
Business and marketing. So as far as business is concerned, I think Craig has a lot larger amount of topics that he'll explore. Most notably, he'll go for some e-com type stuff, affiliate stuff, helping small business, large business, medium business. I think he aims at the medium business to large is where he's at, and along with affiliate. And then he's looking to aim to help those people on their path. Because at the end of the day, he also has services and right? Like it helps fuel his business to help your business. But he's aiming for, I think, affiliate, medium to larger businesses, casino, stuff like that. And then what's the other piece that you asked?
Blocked him anyway. He was being a douchebag.
Oh, okay.
No offense, but I'm leaving by. No offense, but
okay.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
When someone says no offense, they do mean offense. Live F1 fan, have I tried?
I don't know your name. I know Craig's name. Who are you, man? That's what I want to know. See ya. Anyway.
Have you tested YouTube promotions on live streams yet? You tried anything like that, Chris?
Not on live stream. I tried promotions tab. Like I found it to be way too expensive as far as ROI, like with ad, as far as that's concerned, like that didn't perform for me. As far as gaining subs, when I counted the ROI on the amount of subs that I got for the dollars that were spent, it's not good for gaining subs. It's not good for gaining views, and it didn't push any sales. Actually going through video views within Google Ads is it's night and day better. Cheaper, better, faster. The targeting works. Like, it's not like, oh, where does this show up at? Like, it's night and day. So that was my experience.
I mean, what I would add to that, Chris, when you say you weren't getting any subscribers from it, I find that one bizarre, because I think you can get a lot of subscribers from it. I'm not saying the quality or anything like that, but I'm just curious, like, what was your targeting like when you done the YouTube promotions? Were you doing that US based, UK based? Who were you trying to target?
So when you're doing the promotions tab and you choose the video, there's two selections. I couldn't put any type of like business professionals or any type of interest.
But
no, I could target location.
Yeah.
UK, CA, AU, and USA. Well, and I split it up too, because like it's different. Like US is generally by itself, and then when I'm hitting other markets, I'll do that. I'll segment it just to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't. That was another piece of it. Like, there's not enough. Like, what I usually like to do is I'll target a specific market. Like, what's their interest? Like technophile, social media enthusiast, that kind of stuff. Like, I'm looking for that type of thing, and then I'll put a variation on there that's like, oh, hey, in the last 90 days they searched for, and then I'll just light it up. Like anything SEO, digital marketing. I like any kind of investor kind of people. Anybody that's, in a business.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that. And then I can't add any lists on there. Like, it's just.
No, it's I would agree 100%. It's very, very restricted. But I found it to be decent for subscribers in terms of volume of subscribers. But you
want to pay.
Yeah. But the big thing is whether it was quality of subscribers is still debatable. It's
well, there's a lot of people on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I could see if that, like, I'm sure they have all the data. Like, hey, if we serve this to this person, the probability of them subscribing is highly likely. I could see them just like, okay, here. I could see that happening. The quality, yes.
Rank PK is asking, have you guys tried YouTube affiliate marketing using AI automation? You done anything with that, Chris?
No, I don't go looking, right? Like, I don't do stuff like that. I have not. And I generally don't go looking. Like, I'm an SEO, and then the only thing I ever do is try to add on to my stuff. Like, what can help complement the SEO? Like, what's directly in my lane? Like, I personally wouldn't do that.
I'm also very similar to Chris, where I don't see personally the benefit of it, but I do follow a guy called Austin Armstrong, and he does a lot of AI videos, faceless YouTube videos, all of that kind of stuff, and he does generate money from it, which I find quite interesting. He's got a website called Syllabi.io, and obviously you can go on. This guy's on Facebook. He's got a big following. He's on YouTube. He's got a big following, and I find it very, very interesting, Chris, how he can scale these things relatively quickly using AI. And I think I've mentioned it before on other I don't know if it was in this session or with Holly, but I am big into conspiracy stuff and weird stuff like that. And one of those things that I've always dug deep into is the JFK assassination. I go down, I'm lying in bed and I'll just watch shit and, I get hooked on it, like who shot him and what happened here. And you've got all these kind of things. And I think with certain content like that, people like me will watch it and you put that out and you're getting views and all that kind of stuff. So you don't have to have your face on this YouTube channel or TikTok or whatever it may be. And I find it very interesting how quickly these can blow up, Chris. And certainly for the conspiracy theory stuff and just for general pastime stuff that I do at nighttime or whatever, I'm ball deep in it. I'm really into it. So I'm one of those guys that watch a lot of it, but I haven't personally done it to make money. But I think, there's a massive market for it out there. But, probably like you, Chris, I am fucked after just doing what I do all day. Like the last thing I want to do at night is be goofing around doing that stuff. So it really depends. I wouldn't dismiss it. Certainly not rank 1 PK. But rank 1 PK also has another question. What do you guys think about niching down into a specific niche like SEO for dentists instead of offering SEO to all types of local businesses? Many people are recommending niching down to one niche. What's your opinion on that, Chris?
Generally, the people that recommend niching down have a flow. When you're early on, I don't know which stage you're at in the journey, right? But when you're early on, you're taking all bets. So if you're early on and you're hungry, it's who's got dollars, right? Or pounds, right? But if you're in a position or in an opportunity where you can niche down and you have the luxury of choosing where your dollars come from, then of course it's much easier because then you have the processes. It's faster. You've done it before. Like, what content, right? It makes things easier. So if you have the luxury to do that, absolutely, it's much better. It's much faster and easier. But 90% of the people that I talk to that are entering the market and or offering service, they're still wondering, how do I get a client?
Yeah.
Not, oh, hey, I think I'm just going to target this. And they're not looking to limit themselves. They're looking to expand, so it's easier at scale. Yes.
I definitely agree with most of what you said there, Chris. But what I've also found, when I started out, I'd done the broad approach and I had plumbers, builders, roofers, dentists, so on and so forth. And I went down the rabbit hole where I actually had a lot of dentists. Actually, coincidentally, you mentioned dentists there. I had a number of dentists. And for me, when you understand dentistry, cosmetic dentistry, and all the services that these guys do, I can understand why people would niche down into just doing SEO for dentists. It's just easier, like you say, content-wise and everything else. But also, dentists or professional services are much easier to work with than a roofer, a builder, and stuff like that. They just have more budget. They get business. And again, if I was advising someone, try and offer professional services, even lawyers. I've got a few mates and stuff that kind of just always seem to attract legal clients, and they're not deliberately going down that route, but they're working in that space. And then another one comes on, and another one comes on, and why not? I don't think there's any bad thing about niching down at all. But I think that's for further down the line. I think the one other thing I'd highlight, rank 1 PK, is I think for most of us, we've just needed money to make ends meet when we start out. So I think it would be crazy just to, like Chris says, limit yourself to 5% of people that's out there, if not less, by doing that. So I think grab everything, and then if you find a niche that you go, oh, I quite enjoy it, or become more knowledgeable in it, and it's probably similar to you, Chris, with some of the niches you're in. You're probably very knowledgeable in certain things that you probably never thought you would have been knowledgeable in, just because you've got a heap of websites. I'm not going to say what niche it is, but you know, I know it's one of the markets that you operate in, and certainly why wouldn't you continue to exploit that in every possible way? So, yeah, you found your feet and then went, fuck it, I'm going bollock deep into this one, and fair play. So I think it comes with time. But Vivek is asking, is affiliate marketing through Google completely dead, or is there still hope, Chris?
Well, I think there's always still hope. Just because something's not as effective as it once was doesn't mean that there's still not hope. Right? Do things take longer? Are things more difficult? Is it not as fruitful as maybe 5 years ago? For sure. But is there still hope? Yes. Is there still opportunity? For sure. I hope that helps you.
I would say, what do you mean by that, Vivek? And you know, I know that a lot of Amazon websites were hit, you know, websites that didn't have strong EAT signals, that had thin content, shit content. All of these were kabooshed out of the water. And also Amazon cut their commissions again, which is one part of affiliate market, one very small part of affiliate marketing, but is our website still getting organic traffic? And I think when that's the case, then affiliate marketing still got a chance. It's just the type that you do. And I think a lot of people, the barrier to entry, you know, 5, 7, 10 years ago was a lot easier. It was just content heavy websites, sheer volume, sheer aggression. And obviously Google's become a little bit more sophisticated, if you like. And you need to take better care of each project that you work on and do more. So I wouldn't agree that it's dead. I think the spammy way that we all once approached it with, and I include myself in that, no longer is viable, and more effort and more money needs to be poured into the campaign. So yeah, strategically you need to do more, but there is hope. Lee Bandoni, you have 100 grand for a project. Do you spend 70 grand on an amazing custom website and 30 grand on marketing, or 30 grand on an okay website and 70 grand on marketing at startup? I don't
Not even a question.
Fucking web designer you're going to, Lee, for fuck's sake. 30 grand on an okay.
You got 100?
Fucking, if I was spending 30 grand on a fucking website, it better be more than okay. But hey, everyone's different. But yeah, we get the concept of the question. But what where does your money go, Chris?
I would take the latter, the second. You can have the best stuff, but if nobody's getting to it, it doesn't really matter. So, you know, the person who sells isn't the person with the best product or the best service. It's the person who's best known. So getting out there is priority number one.
Yeah. I would say even 20 grand in a website, 80 grand on the marketing would be the kind of favor in terms of that money, Lee, for me. I think you can do a lot with 20k or you know, if not less, to be honest, depending on what you're doing, really. But you know, really, who's spending more than 20k in a website unless it's, you know, got a lot of back end functionality? So that would be the I would have, unless I really needed to spend 70k just to get the fucking functionality and everything in order. Then fair play, but
that would have to be a big. I'm thinking of like this monumental website, like it's already clicking too.
I'm wanting Amazon for fucking 30k, like, you know, something as sophisticated to that. But I think we're probably not the right people to be asking about prices or involvement in websites, because we're notoriously cheapskates. I like bargains, Lee. But yeah, that's why I shop in a different shopping mall from you, man. I'm certainly not spending 30 grand on websites. So I'm looking for my Indian friends to cut me a deal.
A guy we both know, his first name's Darren. Like he was speaking about $500 a page, and I was like, I thought that was obscene.
Yeah,
you know, $250 a page is obscene. A bill a page or less is fair, in my opinion. $100 a page is, to me, still top shelf. I could go and get them for.
But dude, even $100 a page, I'm wanting a Figma design and shit.
Yeah, that's
yeah, man. I need to fucking. That's top level for me. That's me shelling out, dude. But
funny.
Rank 1 PK. Chris, what's your mindset for sticking to local SEO? Why don't you move to e-com SEO? Is there a lot, as there's a lot more potential there, and e-com marketing is growing?
I agree with you. I've been taking dollars for SEO since 2012, right? I know local. And there's always there's a steady flow of business owners. Yes, there's more money and there's more, like, it's shiny over there. But I know this, and it's working. And like for me with business, if I can pull out $1, I know I can repeat. I have a working process. I don't jump ship. I ride it until it's over, which I see business owners needing websites and needing SEO for a very long period of time. Then there's maps. Then I'm, double down on ads. I'm staying in my lane. I know the business. I know I've talked to lots of business owners. I know lots of niches. I know their terminology. Like, that's my lane. That's the reason. I feel very comfortable here. Thank you.
How comfortable on a scale of 1 to 10
is my life
on e-com? If someone dropped an e-com store right on your ass just now, do you think it's any different?
If it's Shopify and it's already up and running, I've worked on Shopify stores. I don't know if you would call that the end all be all of e-com, but there's been ladies and gentlemen that have came with like these custom solutions, and like I can give them insights on, SEO, but I wouldn't, on a scale from 1 to 10, my skill set there would be a 6. When localized SEO, I would say I'm 11.5. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough. Hopefully that answers your question, Rank 1 PK. Raj, I need your guys' help with the GBP setup. This guy's 11 out of 10, by the way.
I'm 11.5. I'm your guy.
I have one single address and I'm doing 3 businesses in the same address. How should I approach this? 3 different profiles. I think the first question we need to ask is,
why?
Why have you got 3 businesses set up? Are they 3 completely different businesses, like a plumber, electrician, and a roofer?
Right.
Or are they kind of overlapping?
Or are you doing lead gen from your house and you set up 3 assets from your home and you're trying to hit one? Because if that's the case, I see pain in your future, because I've seen that hundreds of times. I would figure out, you can start off with the 3. If this is the case, which generally I see this a lot, which one's flowing the fastest and which one do you know the best, and double down on that. Allocate your time and mental resource to that one and run. It'll be so much better, I promise you. But again, you didn't give us the answer yet. Who knows what you're doing?
Let us know what the situation is, Raj, and we can give you a clearer answer on whether you should use 3 different profiles or something else. Gareth Boyd, hey Craig, you big degen Jakey, and hello Mr. Palmer.
Hello, sir.
Wow. I'm getting the feeling that Gareth Boyd doesn't like me. Oh man, I'm not even going to say it. I was going to say, after what he said to you about me, don't tell Craig about this, because Craig will fucking eat.
Oh, is that the guy?
Yeah, dude, that's like fucking telling the devil some fucking mad secret. Like, fuck me. Like, imagine someone's telling you something, Chris, and saying, "Don't tell Craig because Craig will beast it alive."
Well, and two, now that I know that you guys know each other, somebody new I'd never met, first time meeting them, opposed to somebody I've known for a year, right? 2 years. And we're friends, like we do business together, right? Like we're friends. Some new guy, don't tell your buddy this. The first thing I'm going to do is going to tell my buddy. I'm telling him, like, this is cool. I have to tell him.
Yeah. He was the worst guy to tell anyway, Gareth. Fuck me. But
tell me.
I'm like, fucking hell, what is this fucking guy?
I doubled down. I thought it was so cool. I even made a video. I didn't just tell one, I told 1,000 people. It was so cool.
What I'd love to know though, Gareth, if that was some kind of power play known full well that Palmer would tell everyone and you got a fuck ton of commission or whatever from that would be genius, man. If that was the actual ploy. So yeah. Curious to know the answer to that.
Oh yeah, if he was the dev behind the tool, that was a genius move. Because he knew that he had something cool. And it was right at the right time, like it was so good. Yeah, that was congratulations.
I need proof that you were somehow involved in this, though, Gareth. You're not getting credit until I see some form of evidence.
Yeah, but I didn't pitch it. Well, and the only way I could see it being a massive benefit is if he's the dev. Because I didn't have no affiliate links. I don't do that kind of stuff. I just, here's something cool. Here you go. But
I won't lie, Gareth. Like when Chris said, I'm not supposed to tell you about this and you're not supposed to use it because you'll abuse it. The first thing I did was go out and buy the fucking thing. But I didn't abuse
I bought it too. I bought the biggest license there was.
I'm just like, this seems like a lot of fucking hard work and I never done shit with it. But
really?
Dude, it's fucking too much of a setup, man.
Oh man, that thing is easy. Wow. See, we all see the same thing through different eyes.
Yeah.
Dude, I thought that was a cakewalk, dude. Scrape that stuff in, spin it out, start cranking. Oh yeah, that was easy. At the time, there's much better stuff now, but oh well. Yeah, that was like 2 years ago. I didn't know you guys were boys. That's funny.
Rank 1 PK. Are you guys aware of the Avalanche SEO method and what do you think about it?
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Popularized by Kyle, seen in a forum, and blown. Many dollars made off of a forum post. Ingenious. With that being said, yes, I've heard of it. I read the original post towards the time of the original posting. Like in 2000, dude, I want to say like 2014. Like that's a well-known forum. Like that's yeah, absolutely. I've heard of it.
Hopefully that answers your question. Rank 1 PK. Lee Bandoni. If I was running an escort site, what is the best way to use local to attract clients?
Now you're talking.
Would you treat it differently from a plumber?
How did you know the niche? Dude, he's dead. These guys, man. No, I wouldn't treat. No, it's just business. It's a fast flow and it's much easier. Would I treat it different than a plumbing site? Man, no. I mean, the SEO takes a little bit more. But I think it's more about if that's the route, let's just say hypothetically, there's already boards in place. Then it's just a matter of being able to get on the board for X price and then being able to charge per list. You know, each listing is stay at the top, so then it's fresh. And then it's how many lists can I get on? Okay, what's my number? Okay, hey, Brittany, here's the number. You know, and now here's your marketing campaign. Your phone's ringing off the hook. You're happy. They're happy. I'm definitely happy. And life goes on. But I wouldn't go to put a play in place. I would look at the plays that are already in place. It's much easier and simpler.
I've got one question relating to this.
Yes.
How the fuck did you know Lee's other name was Brittany?
Well, it's like, well, let's just say, Lee and I go way back, way back. But anyway, that's that as far as local. Now I've tried. It was very similar. It wasn't. I've tried something very similar with the GMB play to no avail. That was a little rough, but where I found success with that particular market was finding the boards, and then understanding how the posting system works, almost like a Craigslist in a sense, where you're top of board, But there you go. Hopefully that helps you.
Hopefully it does, Lee. Craig, have you abandoned the iPhone project? Yes, I abandoned it very fucking quickly, man. Live F1 fan. It seemed like a good idea at the time. I'll give you a little bit of background. I see Holly doing the iPhone thing, and I think I'm going to do the fucking iPhone thing. And I think Chris done it as well. So I bought the cheapest fucking iPhones money could buy, and bought a whole bunch of them, and realized that the iPhone 6 or whatever it was that I bought, the maps didn't work on the fucking thing. You had to buy an iPhone 7 or later. Very small part of information that Holly didn't fucking tell us. So I went out and bought a whole bunch of them and fucked around with them. We've done some testing with them, and yes, it did work. But when you get to phone 20, 25, 30, you're just like, this is fucking hard work. And, I even went out and bought a peroxidized rig, and I was going to go all in and fuck around with it. But then I'm like, or why? It's not going to help any of my businesses. I don't do fucking local. I'm just doing it just to fucking goof around and waste money on shit. So yeah, it kind of fell out of love with it. It's just too much hands-on. And I think obviously you, Chris, as well, you had your fucking Android emulators and you were trying all sorts of weird shit as well. And it's just trying to get that type of shit to work at scale is the killer. And, you've got tools like iMyFone and various other softwares. Tried everything, but trying to get this shit done at scale is an absolute chore. And sadly, I very quickly get fed up with it. But I don't know if Chris is froze or I've froze. Chris? Don't know if it's me or Chris. Let me know in the comments who the hell has fallen off. I'm still there. So it is Chris, which is thank fuck for that, is all I'm going to say. But we'll go to the next question. Hopefully Chris will bounce back. But Gareth Boyd is laughing, saying it worked, and so on. You can spin up loads of micro newspapers, etc., which I do fully appreciate. It is a great tool. Just I don't want to be doing that shit, man. Like, there's no benefit to me, business-wise, but certainly for people doing micro newspaper sites and stuff, happy bloody days. But back on to the topic of YouTube promotions. My plan is to have 4 channels, 1 organic long-form content. I already have this. 2 organic shorts content, 3 YouTube promotions, and 4 high retention reviews. My question to you, you've obviously went on to say all in the same niche and see what performs best. What I've seen from experience is YouTube Shorts gets the most subscribers, but they will not watch any long-form content. So Chris Palmer came to me and is like, dude, doing the long-form content and YouTube Shorts in the same channel isn't a good idea. It's fucking things up. So we both actually launched a different channel just for Shorts. So I think you're right in that regard. I don't know if having everything on the one channel is great, but would you have a channel just for YouTube promotions? There he is. There he is.
Was that mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it me?
I got
thought it
kicked
was
out.
me.
I'm like sitting here like, what's going on?
No, it was definitely yours this time, because the people were in the chat like, no, it's Chris, Craig, it's away.
Yeah.
But remember, Chris, we had a conversation, I don't know, maybe a year ago, when you were like, dude, I'm not doing shorts and long form content on the same channel. I've set up a separate channel for YouTube Shorts. Live F1 fan is saying he's going to have 4 channels, one for organic long form content, one for organic shorts, one for YouTube promotions, and one for high retention views. Would you really segment it up that much? Now, I know we've discussed it in the past off air. Like, dude, set up a separate one for shorts because it's fucking things up. But just curious to know what your thoughts are in terms of going that segmented with it.
So you can, what I've learned though is you can segment a channel by day. Like if I produce a live stream, I can't come back with 2 shorts. They're not going to get visibility. They're not going to get seen.
Yeah.
But if I do a video upload and then not tomorrow, okay, live stream. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Like that works out very, very well. It doesn't mess things up. Like it's hard to explain, but that's what I've learned. So what I've been doing is just, okay, live and video, live and video, live and video, or whatever the variation is. And then on the weekends, okay, Harold, let's hit them with and I played around. If you guys look at the channel, you can see like I played around with 4. That did okay. But then once we got to number 3, number 4, they didn't really go. Then I was like, okay, let's do 3. And they did okay. And then two is the magic number. You can do 2 and they'll both go. I don't know what it is or why, but that's what I've learned. Hopefully that helps you.
Interesting. Ollie says, our homepage is ranking not as high as it could be for keywords that our service pages appear to be better optimized for. In GSC, both pages are getting impressions for the same term. Any tips, please?
Our homepage is ranking not high as it could be for keywords for our service pages appear to be better optimized. So your homepage is outperforming your internal pages. And then in GSC, both pages are getting impressions for the same term. Any tips? Easy. So somewhere on that page, you have to be tuned for terms that are on the internal page. So you have a location plus service page, but you're talking about terms within your homepage more than maybe within the head or the foot, or maybe that's just enough in your homepage is so strong that in your head and foot, you have an exact match going to the primary location plus service page. What I would do is just try detuning whatever it is on the homepage, detune. Also, look at value, referring domain or page rank value. Like, I assume that your homepage is far exceeding or overstanding the internal page. So have you applied the same amount of love and care to that internal page as you did to your homepage? Most business owners that I talk to don't. So you need to apply the same care, devalue the homepage, and maybe even better optimize this page. And that would be the recommendation. I hope that makes sense to you. Like detune this page, build links to this page, take a look at your internal linking. There you go.
Hopefully that helps, Ollie. Rank 1 PK is back to the Avalanche SEO method. Does that method still work today, Chris? In your opinion?
I'm sure in every method available will work in some scenario, somehow, some way. Yes, of course it will work. Plus, I like the methodology around it. So yes, of course, it can work. Sure.
Cool. Live F1 fan. All on the same. Oh yeah, we've talked about that. Raj came back. Chris, that was the guy that was talking about the 3 map listings in the same address. One's a hostel, one's car washing, and one's a laundry. Out of two have a website. So what should I do? Am I clear now? So 3 completely different fucking businesses, Raj, is what we were trying to establish. So for me, can you have a hostel, a car wash, and a laundry all at the same address? Chris, is that feasible? Do you think that's going to flag up?
What's a hostel?
A place where multiple people stay. Like, for me, a hostel is, it's like a
room and board house or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so that here, perhaps when you're looking on the map, is it orange? So go to your Google Maps, zoom in. Is the building orange? Is it gray, or is it orange? Is it orange? Great. If it's orange, yeah, you could get it off, but they're 3 separate. And then how have you segmented them? A, B, C, suite 1, 2, 3. Like how are you doing it? There has to be separation, different phone numbers, different. Do they have unique emails or Google accounts that you're logging into? Different Google business profiles? Like, are they completely separate as far as digital footprint is concerned? I'm not saying, wear a tinfoil hat, but I just want to X-nay that. The next piece is it orange on the map? Is it considered commercial? And that's, make sure that they're totally separate. Phone number different, description different, website different, IP of the sites are different. Logging in is different Google accounts. Like, are they completely separate is what I'm getting at here. If that's the case, yes. Visibility is going to be interesting though. Sometimes that addresses Google, like you'll notice, like when they have these business complexes, the business that claims the actual address without the suite sometimes will win all visibility. So you have to be mindful of that. All right. Like, don't give one just the address. Like, they all got to be a suite or none of them.
Yeah.
Right. So hopefully that helps you. And
just to be clear, Raj, when he talks about suite, let's say your address is 33 Main Street, you would have 33A Main Street, 33B or Suite 1 or Suite 2 or Suite 3, just to let Google think that they're different addresses, different assets. Yeah. So, yeah, I think you would have to do that for sure. But there's certainly 3 different businesses. But whether these 3 types of businesses you're going to win with all 3 GMBs is very debatable. Like Chris says, very debatable. In a perfect world, I would try potentially even round the corner or whatever it may be, to try and segment them more. If money allows you to, or circumstances allow you to, I wouldn't have them all at the one address. Just definitely wouldn't, man.
Different spread is different, but these are brick and mortar type businesses. A hostel, a car wash, and a laundromat. This, I could see a business, again, this is wildly like Google, like the map crew is worth a lot, right? And those color coordinations, like, they're not that dumb,
No. Good. At the one address, a hostel, a fucking car wash, and a laundry all at the one. I mean, I think it's just a bit of a far push, man.
It's a push.
It's a push. Anyway,
I hope you get it off, though. Oh, I'm rooting for you.
Amazing story to tell if you can. That is GMBs or GBPs are a volatile thing. If you're able to push envelope as hard as that and get away with it, fucking,
that's awesome.
You deserve credit, man. It'd be genius.
You got the guys in the hostel out there spraying cars. Oh, you got wet? Just go to the laundromat. It's right there. That's awesome.
But rank 1 PK, do you think having multiple location pages for the same service over optimizes the site and hinders crawling? Is it better to have a service page and internal link location pages to that service page?
Well, either way, you still have the pages, right? Either way, you've still created the page, technically. So with that being said, having multiple location pages for the same service, this is wildly dependent on Google. Like, the best thing to do is go into Google and take a look. When I search for this location plus keyword, look at the results. Okay, this location plus keyword, look at the results. This location plus keyword, look at the results. Is Google serving the same site, same page? Yes or no? No? Oh, then that needs its own location page. But when you're looking, like, let's say Chicago, there's like 40 little areas in Chicago that are noteworthy. I would just go and look. Like, do I need to just talk about these locations on one page and say, hey, we're going for Chicago because that's the big done data, and then we're going to talk about these and then I win them all? Or do I need separate location pages? You got to go and look. You have to do the homework to figure out, like, it doesn't matter what I think or Craig or anybody, just go and see what Google thinks.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
That's always good advice. Ollie is asking, Craig, have you seen lots of people using Facebook ads to grow a Facebook page, then monetizing it through the Facebook bonus program? I've seen lots of people using Facebook ads to grow a Facebook page for many years, but then monetizing it through the Facebook bonus program. Have you seen the monetization happening there, Chris?
I don't even know what the bonus program is.
It's
recent, video thing?
Maybe in the last 2 months, I would like to say. You can Meta have offered you payment for views the same way that TikTok and stuff do, but it's not a huge amount of money. But could you spend money growing the page and get a return on investment? I haven't personally heard of anyone doing that. I'm not saying it's not been done. It's not something that I've actually seen anyone do this far, and it's not something I've really bothered to think about personally either. I'm just like, even TikTok and various other platforms, I don't monetize it at all. Not for me personally, but would you get a return on your investment on that? I'm not so sure, because I don't know what. Let me just check actually what Facebook bonus is paying. Program. Let's see. I just want to see what they're paying. Program requirements is invitation only. Blah blah blah. Support your income, track performance, and base best practices. Just trying to see what the payments are. Focus on reach, long form video, short form video, excluding reels and stories and live videos. But it doesn't tell you how much they're paying as such. But I've fucked around on TikTok specifically, and I think if I get, I don't know, 50,000 views, I get something like £3.64. Something ridiculous like that. So in terms of paying for ads, I don't know about the return on investment, but I can't see anything about the money that Facebook pay. But you never know.
So it's the reels. You got to crank out the reels.
No, it's saying excluding the reels.
Oh, excluding. See, wow. So this teachable.com is wildly wrong. I just pulled up, what's the bonus payout? So, and it's just giving you like little answers. Totally wrong.
It's saying eligible formats is public posts and text posts. You can make money from that. Other formats include long form video, short form video, excluding reels and stories, and live video. Those are the ones that you can make money from. So no reels, no stories. So
native videos. They want you to upload content, essentially.
Yeah.
They're training. I see. They're willing to pay for you to load content because they're doing something else on the back end. There has to be a reason. Why would they pay for? There's got to be something they're up to.
Yeah.
They're up to something.
But Live F1 Fan says, even long form content, if you have a certain series that does well, you have to stick with it. If you try something else, the algorithm doesn't like it and gets confused. When a video on your channel does really well, high retention and good CTR, YouTube wants you to double down and make more of the same content, and will use that data to promote the same content. And obviously, he knows very much about YouTube. He's always asking questions, and I think that makes perfect sense. Gareth Boyd is asking, are you guys running meta ads for your agency, and is it working? You use meta ads, Chris?
I'm yes and no, not as much as YouTube at the current moment, but I'm still figuring out Facebook. Like it's not like YouTube for me, you know.
I do for my link agency, as you have highlighted, Gareth. You see my ugly mug coming up. Does it work? Yes, it does. I've got friends who've got agencies as well. They do very well from Facebook ads. Gary Wilson, who used to own Get Me Links, made a lot of money through Facebook ads in terms of lead generation. So as far as I'm concerned, meta ads do work, and they are not as they're not as cheap as they once were, but I think they can work very, very well in terms of landing your face or video on the right people. So 100%, but it's not as cheap as it once was. I'll throw that in there. But live F1, have you thought about automating the iPhones? Is there anyone you know that's doing it? Also, if you was to guess, what would the cost be like? I don't know anyone that's automating the iPhones. Everyone I know, including our mutual friend Slorry, Chris, he carries his phones about with him and manually has to do it. There's not a way to automate it as far as these guys are concerned, and as far as I'm concerned. Is there a way to do it? Maybe technically someone's done it, but I've not come across a way of automating the iPhones. I think the big things that we've seen, live F1 fan, is you have to be in the location as well. So our mutual friend Slorry is a big believer of, if he's going to leave a review or do some CTR, he is taking that phone with him in his fucking car and dropping outside my office, and then he'll leave a review. And he thinks that type of behavior is what makes the review stick, and various other things like that. So obviously you can spoof your location, you can do all of this kind of other stuff as well. Does it stick as well? No. So he's literally carrying the shit around with him, and he's a big believer in going to the property itself, which is then really hard to automate. So the costs, I don't even know. But Chris, have you an answer for this?
So you can spoof location history utilizing KML. So taking care of the history and taking care of the process, you can do that. As far as being at the location and even getting to the location, you can create that, right? Mm-hmm. So that part's easy. Now, there's also types of software out there, or apps, whatever you want to call them, that are for technical use, that will allow you to log into each of the iPhones from, say, a dashboard. It's for technical people, like say you have a big company with like hundreds of people and there's tech support, then they can just log in, fix whatever's wrong with your phone, but go on, right? Mm-hmm. So you can do the login, but still it takes a human being. Like the automation of the actual device through a system, I think it can be done, definitely, there's no question. But the latency, it's such a painful task. And then that software, in order to be able to log into each of them, it's relatively expensive. So with that being said, when you're taking care of SIM cards, hardware, the devices to be able to even do this on, plus the device, we're talking tons of dollars, lots of time, resource, asset, and now we got to go sell it. And then what are we doing? What's the best use in order to, now what? So next.
Rank 1 PK, you sound a bit skeptical about Avalanche SEO. Can you explain what you think is wrong with it, Chris?
No, I don't think there's anything wrong. I think that it was an excellent idea in 2013. I still think that there could be merit to it today. It's just an idea or a theory, and I could come up. there's lots of them. There's another one called keyword golden ratio. These are the two that I can think of that are most noteworthy. No, that I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If you can make it work and you can pull something out of it, run with it.
I think what I'd also add to that, rank 1 PK, because you believe in it or I believe in it or Chris believes in it, doesn't mean everyone's going to use that as part of their strategy. You know, everyone's got their own opinion or their own secret sauce, and maybe someone will use that. Maybe some people wouldn't touch it with a barge pole, but who's right, who's wrong? You know, there's more than one way to rank well online, and does that have to be part of your overall strategy? Absolutely no, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's whether you think the time that goes into implementing Avalanche SEO is worth what you get out of it, and that is where people will make the decision as to whether they want to utilize that particular thing. And like Chris says, there's many other things like keyword golden ratio. Some people say it's a load of fucking crap. Other people say no, it's not. Who's right, who's wrong? You know, you could sit there and argue all day long over who's got the better rankings and who done what and all this kind of stuff. So it's all of these things are debatable, man. So there we go. Raj is saying these businesses are almost interconnected. Student lives in the hostel. We do outside and hostel street laundry. The same with car washing. Outer client and hostel student. Fair enough. You know, if they are interconnected, even better, Raj. My aim is just to get to know whether I should use the same address. No offense. Thanks for your insight. Certainly no offense taken, by the way, Raj. We are not taking any at all. We want it to work for you, and if you get that to work, then fine. You know, the biggest thing here, Raj, is whether Google understands whether these businesses are interconnected or not, and if they have any suspicion that you're running three businesses from the one address, they will fucking hammer you and suspend two of them. You know, realistically, is you know, they're quite aggressive with it. You know, they've suspended legitimate businesses for no reason as well. They're just very, very volatile, which is why, you know, it's not always the best to utilize the same address multiple times, just because SEOs in particular have spammed the shit out of everything and abused the system to the point where it actually doesn't function that well anymore. So anyway, what do you think about Instagram theme page? Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
And basically, bonus platform is basically Facebook's version of X's Rev Share. And
what about
Live F1 fan is wondering how many people in the third world countries are running phone farms. There is a lot in Vietnam, as we know. I've seen pictures of them and they look fucking awesome. But
yeah, there's still how many?
Yes,
I don't know. Of all the things to consume time and dollars with, you know, I mean, I had a run at it. It's fun, but can it scale? Can I make dollars? Is it saleable? You know, it's not for me. I wish you well, my friend. I wasted tons of dollars trying to automate, not even automate, like setting up the system, getting the phones up, screwing around with the phones, then Google, like just what Craig said. Apple did a switch, then everything didn't work. Then, okay, let's get new hardware. Oh my God. It's just one thing after another. The best thing to utilize those funds for, though, was the creation of the accounts. Like creating multiple Google accounts was very, very useful. I burned through all those, but that was fun. I had a lot of fun, I will say. But as little C got older, like now I have to be very, like there's only 10 hours of work. Like, you know, you got to be very selective on what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, am I going to go chase or am I going to double down on what's working? I'm going to double down on what's working.
But last question, Chris, and then we will wrap up. How does Google count external backlinks that point to no index follow pages?
They're counted the same as any other. It's still a follow page. Just because it's no index, just because you gave a directive means nothing. Now, if there's no index, no follow, and blocked by robots, then maybe they want it. But you as a webmaster giving a directive to Google, they do whatever they want. They're going to come to that page and they're going to crawl it and they're going to index that. Now, whether it goes into the search results is another story. It might not make it in the search results. Doesn't mean it's not in the index. So with that being said, no follow doesn't matter. It's a link is a link. There's still value and there's credit. Go look at all the winners and see the disproportionate amount of no follow links that they have. They all have value. With that being said, just because you gave a directive as a webmaster doesn't mean that you're going to block the almighty Google. You're not. And there's that. And there you go, my friend.
And maybe one day I'll ask the BBC for that. You never know. Getting a link from them is always good. But guys, we are out of time and we're actually 5 minutes over. So that was always good. We got there in the end. And yeah, thank you for the questions. But before we do go, check out the news guy. The link is below, Randy's PR service. And also check out Mr. chrispalmer.org, not Mr. chrispalmer.org. And you can just look for Chris Palmer SEO on YouTube and social media if you want to divulge, sell them something, whatever.
Learn?
Yeah. But we will be back at the same time next week. So make sure you've got your questions ready and we will see you then.
See you.
Thank
you. Bye-bye.